WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. This is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones, and
Michelle Broughton. Good morning, family. Hope everyone is well.
And I will with you from TV 33 WHPS out of the Highland Park, Detroit. And I'm going to let Miss Broughton, but I'll tell you what I want to do first, Miss Broughton, is I want to let everyone know that, can I have a little louder, please? If bring it up to you at home. Turn us up. I always say turn us up at home because they be saying, is it them or is it me? And it's you, family. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to listen to what I have to say. Off the record, I watched Broughton. Got you on my mind. I got it here today, y'all.
It wasn't me. I wasn't on TV last night.
And so here's where we are. The TV journalists, etc., they have a certain expectations when they say what the president is going to talk about, what he's going to cover, etc., and how long potentially he's going to do it. For those persons who saw the President Biden in his State of the Union address. Well, family, I want to say to those journalists from the majors, from the all over, what the heck is wrong with you? It seems that if the man is not saying exactly what you said that he was going to say, then you kind of glossed over the great, wonderful things that he talked about. For us people, he gave us the information that we wanted. He gave us the information of the things that he is accomplishing, and he also gave us some fix things that he's going to fix. And I'm just going to be short and just say it was simple. He did not have to talk a whole hour or two about Putin. He did not have to lay his game plan out about how he is going to handle Putin. That's all. No biggie. It wasn't, to say, well, I know he's going to get nasty. He's going to say some bad things. No. Everything else was great. And now let's go on to the Talk Beat Jones with Billy Jones and
Michelle Broughton.
And because Miss Broughton has not been here, but I've been telling you, this is a team. This is a team. This young lady is my teammate, my co-host, your co-host, because you're also our co-host. Remember, you can see the Talk Beat Jones every Wednesday from 10 to 11. And we certainly appreciate you telling your friends about that. We're on the Apple, the Roku, the Amazon, etc., etc. But this is your Talk Beat Jones, and we're going to talk. And so, Miss Broughton, I see I have a caller. Let me see, first of all, what is this my caller?
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Caller, are you there? Caller, you there? Got to speak. I'm talking to you. Okay. I understand. I'm pushing the top button. Caller, you there? Caller? Okay. Try it again. Caller, you there? Tim, I need you to come push this button because I can't get it right. And I know the call is there, please. And Magic Finger Tim, I saw him do this before, so He did the thing with Miss Broden and Mark, and he did it, and bam, it popped on.
Oh.
Yeah, so I know he knows exactly what he's doing there. So 4336 line. Hello, caller, 4336 line.
Yes, it's me.
Wrong line. Yeah. Hello? Leo?
Yes.
No, Mark? The other guy hung up?
Okay.
Okay. I got it then, Tom. All right. Miss Broughton,
Yes.
let's get a report talking to you this morning, but also I want to make a quick announcement. Thank you, Bill. I want to make a quick announcement that I have received so many requests to come back and do the workout program called Jones Exercise.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully
for
so.
2 years, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We've been what?
Talking about it?
Hosted? No. The reason for
Go
the
ahead.
request, we were home trapped, unable to go and exercise, probably even afraid to do anything because of all the noise and the information, the misinformation. So now people are coming out of their homes or out of their basements, off of the couch, or maybe setting up their living room or family room to do what? Exercise. Because what do you always tell me? You have to move. You have to move if you want to stay healthy, even if you just go up and down a flight of steps. So how I understand it is that people want to do more. They want to be healthy, healthier. We made it through the first part of the pandemic, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. Now people are becoming excited about life, and they need us or you or some other mentor to get them started on Jones's size. They need that. So if you could just give them the encouragement, that's what they need. They're really hungry for it, because some of us are still afraid. Like personally, I'm not going to a gym because I don't believe you all know how to clean it.
Thank you.
I just don't.
Thank you.
And people still cough and sneeze and do what they do. But I can go in my backyard because the weather is going to break soon.
Come on now.
My basement is an exercise safe, free place.
Come on now.
And if I change the family room, then that's another exercise place within the home I'm speaking of.
Yes. Yes.
It's just one of those things.
And you know, Miss Broughton, your name is what? Because folks out there, they want to know your name.
Michelle Broughton, or Michelle, because it's M-I. People go M-A, and I know I have to correct them. It's Michelle.
Okay. So folks have been contacting me for quite some time now. I said I have thousands of clients. They say, Billy, how can you say that? Well, I can say it because the truth is the truth, and anyone can call and say it's not true. Guess what? Almost 30 years in the business, y'all. But here's what happened to me. This young lady, my partner, talked about this product, Liquid BioCell, and what it did for her. And I listened to what Miss Broughton was saying. It worked for her, how it worked for her. Then I received a song. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I have an actual song that they want me to be on the video doing the lead of my workout program. So I have an original song written that no one else has, that I said, okay, tell you what, give me 2 months, and I will be back ready. I'll be using my Liquid BioCell. I'll have the encouragement of my partner, and I'll be encouraging my partner. And we're going to bring to you a workout program. I state Jones Exercise, but see, you can't bring up the dead. And Jones Exercise has been away from the business since 2004. This is 2022. We're going to bring back another version that's going to make you feel like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Can I get it? But what you're going to get right now is Miss Michelle Broughton giving you her report. Ms. Broughton, would you take it over, please?
Well, I would like to just say, in case anybody is curious, that I was introduced to this product at a time where I had a minor injury. So I ride horses. And one day I was out riding my horse, racing with my friends, went through a group of trees and got my knee knocked. In pain for maybe over a year. Going to, of course, physical therapy and everything. However, when I was introduced to this product, BioCell, okay, that's the other brain. It took about a couple of weeks for me to notice, and then everything was different. Feeling better, didn't have to use the knee brace as much, and as it restores or repairs the body, then you can actually feel it, and it's not a magic anything, and it's not overnight, and it takes a while. And of course you have to also stay in your physical therapy or do what you do. With this, it's accelerated and you feel better. So that's what I would just like to add, that I actually feel better and that injury is supported and I don't feel the pain anymore. So that's what I would like to share. So if anybody's interested, definitely call Billy Jones, because it was something, it's better than vitamins. So that's what I would like to add to that. Also, family, if you are in need, and this is a sensitive subject, however, people in the city of Detroit are losing houses, over 2,000. And this is an issue because people have been in these homes over 30, 40 years. And now they're losing their homes due to delinquent tax. It could be as low as $800. It could be as high as $5,000 or whatever. I don't want to give, that's just an example. But if you lose your house, then you know these other folks from Germany, from China, from Australia are coming in, eating up our properties, just taking the homes from us. So we don't want that to happen. So there's the Eric Chabris, treasurer, has a program for you to fill out this application so that you can have those taxes exempt many cases, and in some cases be put in a program so that you can stay in your house, so that you can save your house, because your house, any house in Detroit, is like a pot of gold. And if you don't know that, look at your neighbor to the right, look at your neighbor to the left, and many times they do not look like us. They know that they cannot replicate the homes in Detroit. Many of them have those beautiful stained glass windows, marble window sills, the French doors, beautiful. Original wood floors, beautiful. Plaster, not prefab walls, doors. So they don't have the skilled tradesmen in the United States to replicate that. So they would love to just take that away from you and live in that home and enjoy it. But it's your home and you want to stay in your home. So there's a clinic on the east side of Detroit, Friday, March the 4th, from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Hillman Recreation Center, 16901 Crusade. There will be volunteers there to help you. This is a Mary Waters event. Your councilwoman, your honorable councilwoman at large, Mary Waters. Mary Waters and her team of volunteers will be there to help you fill out the application. It's lengthy, but you need to go through it because you will benefit by staying in your home and having those delinquent taxes exempt. What you need to have when you come would be your ID, state ID, driver's license, your identification, the deed of your house. Start now, look for it or get a copy of it, and proof of income. And if you have children in the house, you need to bring their report card. If they're high school, their high school ID, because that is proof that they live in your house with you, which will help you verify that all of you belong in that house. You need to stay in that house. And when they go through a completed application, this process will be for you to stay in your homes, and it will benefit you. Councilwoman Waters loves all of us, and she wants to make sure that you are able to stay in your homes. That was one of her campaign promises, that she would try to help, especially the seniors. The seniors need our help. Many times the print is too small. They don't have large print. So they need help to get this done. And this is a process that you don't want to miss. The expiration date is March the 14th, the cutoff date. You want it in there before March the 14th. So we're doing this as 10 days before the 14th on Friday from 10:30 to 1:30 p.m. at the Hellman Recreation Center on the east side. That's 19601 Crusade.
Miss Broughton,
Yes.
we're going to let you take a pause now, and I'm sure there's more that you have for us, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try again to see if I can get this caller in. Caller, are you there? Mm-hmm. Caller, are you there? Caller? Okay, that didn't quite hit me right there. All right, but we're going to get that. You know, we're using a different system today, and I'm trying to adjust to it just a little bit here. But family, I have an important call I'm trying to get from the Bay Area. Not actually the Bay Area, but I have a young man that is a graduate of the same high school that I went to, McClimas High School. And we want to get a report from him. He is a person that I reconnected with over the air. Caller, you're there. Caller, are you there? I need you to talk. Just keep talking. Just keep talking. I'm talking. Well, if we can't get that one, Tim, let's see if we can get to the next call to see if that line is working there for us. As we are moving right along here on the Talk Beat Jones. And hello, caller, are you there?
Hello?
Okay, Leo, got you. We'll just leave you on the line. We'll come back and we'll talk with Leo at some point in the future here. That's good. Thank you, my brother. So now, family, where are we in terms of Miss Broughton? I'm coming back to you in just a moment, because I want you to be prepared, because, again, we have not had you in so long that this day is around Miss Michelle Broughton, and she works with the council person at large, Miss Mary Waters. That means, folks who don't know, that the entire city of Detroit, that's her district. That's her district. And we're so fortunate to have, as I often say, Miss Broughton is out taking care of her business, taking care of our business, because, again, that means that working with the council person at large, Miss Mary Waters, it means that this person who is our co-host is working for the entire city of Detroit. That means that she's been gone, and I want to bring her back right now so that she can give us more information. And again, world, we're going to come back and we're going to talk more with you about other things. But right now, it's important for you to hear how things are going in the beautiful, wonderful city of Detroit, Michigan. Up to you.
Yes, the beautiful city of Detroit. We want to keep it that way. We want the original Detroiters stay in our homes. We want to make sure our neighborhoods are beautiful. And by the way, there's another thing I would also ask. Council is going through budget right now. So now is the time, if you have any concerns or you want something changed as a citizen, you need to, they're Zoom now because we're still in the COVID thing, but we want you to call in when they have comments, and you can let council know what your concerns are about. So some of the concerns are, I don't like to talk about it because it's so controversial. and I don't really know how to feel about it. So this is what it is. The marijuana thing. And what the marijuana thing is I live in the neighborhood and I love my neighborhood. And as a mother, grandmother, sister, daughter, I don't think I would be comfortable with one of those stores at the end of my block. So that's a concern, because you don't want the little kids to see the people do what they do. But it's a business, and there's an ordinance that allows, and zoning, these different marijuana shops to open up within the city of Detroit. Well, in a particular district, I believe it's District 3, they don't want that in their neighborhood. But in addition to all of that, the zoning allows the stores to operate in their neighborhood. So what you're able to do, if you are in District 3 and you disagree, you have to be on those council meetings and express your concerns. And eventually, you will get an answer. It may or may not be what you like, but at least you could get it from the council and understand how it was zoned. Ask if the zoning could be changed. It's a process. It's a process. But if we don't participate, like I will always advise you, fact check it, do your research, call your people, because you know who they are. So you have a District 3 council person. That's your first thing. You have a District 3 manager and an assistant manager. Those are the other two calls. And then you have 2 council members at large. Mary Waters, the Honorable Mary Waters is one. And then the Honorable Coleman Young is the other one. Those are your 2 council people at large that are working for you. And if they're not, you better make them.
You know, I don't want you to, this is me. Regarding the marijuana situation here, family, there is controversy because there was the situation has changed somewhat. We talked about how the residents of Detroit may not be getting the best deal, may not have gotten the best deal on this because other folks are being, from outside, are being able to get these licenses and get these places, get these, there's only so many licenses that they're going to give out. And so, of course, the folks who are already in the business, the folks who are wealthy, and I'm going to say this, excuse me, partner, and when I speak, family, I speak for me. I don't speak for Miss Broughton. And she does not have to agree. And that's the wonderful thing about you. You don't have to agree. And we don't have to agree, but you have the opportunity to speak. Is that I'm going to change the style. For the folks who were in the dope business, this marijuana situation became a great situation for them to invest their cocaine business into the dope marijuana business. For folks who had money and know that the cash crop has always been the marijuana crop because it is a wonderful, wonderful product. It's not just dope. It's for food, not food necessarily. Yeah, they cook food. They do have marijuana cooked in the cookies, different type of little things that they have, edibles, clothes, etc. So it's a big, big market. And what I'm just saying is the little folks, which is the black people, we are not going to get the big share of this business. So what we are looking at is coming to your neighborhood. And I remember being in Oakland, California, in which through our downtown area, at one point we had a dispensary like right across from each other. Every other block, it got that bad. Yes. So, again, I'm not in the political process like my partner, so I can't give you anything. I was just giving you the layperson's perspective that who's going to make the money is all I'm talking about. Who's going to make the money? We know who's going to spend the money, but who's going to make the money? And also, white boy Rick. There's a big mall that he's representing. Does that mean he's getting paid? Well, he spent a lot of years in prison. And there's a brother that came out, and he's making some impacts in terms of showing folks this is how it should be done. But this program is not going to stay with that. I just, you hit me, and it made me think about my youth. Back in the days in which it was not a problem, that became a problem. So, but the problem now, Miss Michelle Broughton, would you take us to a commercial break?
We're on top of a break. Be right back.
Talk Beat Jones.
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you. Because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
The environment is so friendly. Always feel like home.
We have so much support from the staff. You meet people who are like you.
I always had a passion to help others, so this is the perfect place for me.
You're not afraid to reach out. Flora Kiwang, Cameroon.
Maklit Shonga, Ethiopia.
Javed Khan, Bangladesh.
Dennis Carrick, Bosnia and Herzegovina.
It gives you what you need for the future.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. We're back once again on the Talk Beat Jones. And again, family, this is the time I have Miss Michelle Broughton. And you say, Billy, what are you doing? Well, I'm here all the time. And today we normally don't have Miss Broughton. So again, I'm going to toss it back to Miss Broughton. It's on you.
Hello, family, and welcome back. And hello, everybody. Hope you're healthy and well. So, to recap, if you are in trouble of losing your homes, please make sure that you go to the Hope Clinic to get help so that you can fill out the application and get it submitted so you can stay home. The event will be on Friday, March the 4th from 10:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. at the Hillman Recreation Center at 19601 Crusade. That's on the east side of Detroit. And again, volunteers will be there to help you to complete that application. You need to bring your state ID, driver's license, a copy of the deed of your home or the deed itself, and proof of income. And that's what I have to say. So let's make sure that we keep us. And if it's not you, if you know somebody, tell somebody, because that's how it gets around. Word of mouth is more powerful than anything else. And let's make sure we become our sister and brother keepers.
Ms. Broughton, can you tell us what is it going to take for us to get our residents excited about being in a position to vote? What is it going to take?
Funny you asked that. I had a conversation with some community activists, some neighbors and friends, and their position, and I kind of agree, when it comes to your regular voter, it has to be an issue. Because so many times, and I'm going to say it, and I hope somebody corrects me, I really, really do. The Democratic Party, starting at the top, state, has done a poor job in educating the voters on why it's important to support whatever candidate or even the process. Because you can't, at that level, or as a precinct delegate, because I'm a precinct delegate, I don't tell people who to vote for. I give them the information. If they don't have it, I give them what's written. I'll give them the website, or for those of you who are on Facebook, I will give them the Facebook information. Do your research. Go out to these meetings or do the Zoom calls. Ask these candidates, what is their position? How are they going to make your condition living in a community where you are better? What resources that they know of that they can bring back to the city or the state or the county that you can benefit from? We don't ask those questions. We don't get involved. I don't know why that is. However, you have the clerk, the city clerk, you have a county clerk, and you have the Democratic Party. All those entities are supposed to give us the information to have us become excited about the process. We have something coming up now, right?
What is that?
Governor's race, state rep race, your senator's race, U.S. senator race. I've seen none of those people. Oh, of course, the governor in place. And maybe it's because they haven't been validated yet, because they have to get the signatures and turn it in. But you see the other side, the Republicans, candidates are trying to push their agenda so that you might favor them. But we have to get involved. And even if nobody tries to tell you, you have to ask the question. First, find out who is your precinct delegate or delegates in your area, because usually it's 2 or 3. It might be 0 because nobody tried to run for the precinct delegate. But if you're a Democrat, then you need to go to the 13th or the 14th and say, hey, I need this information so I can get excited. But if there's not a question or something that the regular citizen feels passionate about, it's kind of hard.
But what is it, what is it that, Leo, are you there? There we go. Leo.
Hello?
Leo.
Yes, sir.
What method did you use to excite folks to get them excited about electing you to city council?
Figuring out the demographics for the people that have a past record of voting. In other words, the frequent voters. That's who I'm going after.
Now, if you...
Not the sometimes, the frequent ones, the ones that you know are going to show up. Those precincts show up where you got 50, 60, 70, 80%. Go for the 80% precincts. Walk those. Drop your leaflets off.
Now, that's a good point, and here's where we are. What about the folks who really don't regular vote? That's where we are. That's my question. That's when I talk about getting people excited. Because, of course, even within that, you're saying the people who vote on a regular basis, that's a low percentage when it all comes down. Yes, they're the dominant group.
All you need is the majority.
Yes.
But they're low percentage.
But what I'm asking is why and how can we put ourselves in a situation where we can get other folks who didn't feel that voting was going to make a difference, that they just say, it's just, Miss Michelle,
just told you.
Miss Michelle, wait, I'm going to listen to Miss Michelle. She can tell me. As a precinct delegate, what is it that you did to get folks excited, Miss Broughton?
Well, I've been a precinct delegate, first of all, for over 30 years. So back, Barack Obama was something that got people excited. The marijuana issue was something that got people excited. But as an educator, I think it has to start young. So when somebody's 17, 18, we need to go out there and be very passionate about it, excited about it, and listen to the young people so that we can do an exchange and explain to them the history, not the deep history, because they don't want to hear that, why it's important to vote all the time in your primary, in your major and your minor. Major is voting for the president. Minor is vote for the city where you live. Personally, I try to tell them the president is okay, but the president can't change your city politics, your state politics. Where you live is more important than the president. So you have to get to the young people and get them some kind of way, put the fire under them. In Detroit, especially in Detroit, it was probably Proposal E or something like that, and I know it was with the schools. We really thought that we had it, and some kind of way the lights went out, and they stole the votes.
Not the lights out.
So serious, and young people became disgruntled because they went and took their time, they voted, and it didn't work out. It was a hard sell to tell them, we might have lost today, but there's another day. You gotta fight all the time and often. And when you bring everybody with you, you might have success. It can't be, I went to vote, but you didn't go vote. It has to be together, not together, but we all voted.
What's up with the lights going out and things changing up? Because I'm just
in Detroit, good question.
I want to bring this back because then we had the Mayor Kilpatrick. Mm-hmm. Kwame Kilpatrick was a person that found a way to get that vote that other folks was ignoring.
Because he knew how to talk and encourage. It's the youth. He galvanized the youth. And if you can do that, it's almost a sure win in this town. But if you ignore them, then you have to do like Mr. Leo. You have to go to the precincts that vote often and are high percentage. Mm-hmm. And then you're successful. But what you're saying is we're losing the average people. We're losing a group of folks that also needs to participate. But again, we have to tell our story. We have to tell it often. We have to reach out and touch them. So what I'm telling you, that's the clerk's job, and she doesn't do it. And if you hear my voice, prove me wrong, please.
Kwame Kilpatrick had a stroke of genius in which he went himself and he campaigned in the beauty shops and the barber shops, and the lights went out, and he won. Go ahead, Leo.
Well, Miss Michelle keeps mentioning that we have to get to the youth. You know where we traditionally supposed to get to the youth, and the youth that grow up to be effective citizens, we get them in civics class. And I just found out most recently that most schools don't even teach civics anymore.
That's true.
So if the kids don't know that democracy is a form of government, and that under that democracy, power to alter the laws and the structure of government lies ultimately with the citizens. And if you're a citizen and don't exercise your vote, you've given away your power.
Right.
Okay, now if we know that, then we
vote.
And I'm going to address this to make my co-host a little uncomfortable here. In Detroit, the literature, what is the word? Where illiteracy is high. So they don't have the ability to research themselves. And I guess I'm saying if you don't have the ability to read and comprehend what you're reading very well, then all of this about the civic class and people in the dropout rates is high. Folks who can't read and comprehend, and then you're telling them that, well, we got to go get this literature and read this and understand. The tradition with black folks back in the day used to be to learn by what? By listening to someone talk, the verbal. We're not having folks who have that verbal skill to get our people excited. And those persons who do have that verbal skill, they may not be the best person, but they're wonderful to listen to and to convince the people who don't read that this is what they want to do. We have, just a moment. We have a past president that everybody was laughing at and saying he's not going to win, and we're talking about Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. We had a governor in Michigan, Snyder, that when he started to run, people said he couldn't win, he wouldn't win, the nerd. He won twice. We have a man who's running for governor now in that same mode as Governor Snyder, and the people are saying he can't win. We continue to say people can't win, and the question is, how are they able to turn things around and they do win? How is that happening? And they were big underdogs, and people was laughing at them.
Yeah. But they motivated their people.
How?
Well, Trump says he likes the uneducated voters, the ones you were talking about that don't know, that don't have the literacy. But he found, as Michelle said, he found an issue that raised their passion. And you know what that issue was? The spooks are coming.
Okay.
And you better hide or you better stop them. And so they came out and stopped them.
And now, as we listen every day,
stayed at home playing dominoes.
I'm going to say this, I'm going to turn it back to Miss Broughton here, Miss Michelle Broughton. You may, for some of the folks, may remember a person called Tokyo Rose, in which all they did as propaganda. They fed the propaganda all day long, night and day. In America, what we have to understand is what's going on is there is a consistent propaganda being fed by Trumpites on the radio, television, all day long while you're sleeping, while the folks that you say have done the research and want to do the right thing, while we're sleeping, 24 hours a day, that conversation is going out to all those folks who are what? They're not doing the research. They're just simply listening. And they get their back strong up. They said it, I believe it. And I'm going to say one last thing before I step away. Nancy Pelosi, I could not figure out what her problem was. I couldn't figure out what her problem was. And I say this when I looked at the president of past and the persons that's sitting to the right and the left of the president and how they were able to be the cheerleaders for the audience, for the different people out there, for the folks. Nancy Pelosi actually looked like she got lost. And I'll give you, for those who can't see, I'm rubbing my hands together, my knuckles together, because it was like she went to applaud and then she knew that was not the applaud time, and she had stood up and rather than applauding, she went to just rubbing her knuckles together and trying to figure out how to sit down. This it's going to be a situation that those folks who are like Tokyo Rose for the Trump folks, they're going to talk about it. That was not a good look. That's all I'm saying. Nothing was wrong with her, but it's not a good look. I'm going to toss it back over to Miss Broden to take it and go a different way if you want. I don't mind.
Okay, well, first of all, you can never make me uncomfortable. I read very well, I study long, and I'm called a lifelong learner. So I'm always on the grind like a hamster, learning something new. And I do have an answer. As an educator,
give it to me.
I believe, and I know for a fact, and if you all checked it, you would know better.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's propaganda.
Mm.
As a teacher,
teach me.
Those people are not illiterate.
Mm.
I call them lazy.
Mm.
I also, as a volunteer, taught adults how to read. And maybe the comprehension is, you got to be clear when you come to me. You can't be high. Sorry, folks. And you can't be drunk or coming off of that stupor. You got to have a clear mind so that you can grasp it. Your crooks and your thieves are not stupid. They read very well. They can run a computer. That's why they get what they get and do what they do.
Mm.
We don't give them enough to care. High school. When you enter a high school and your parents move because they got a new job or something, so you exit in Detroit Public Schools, CD in particular, won't do their due diligence and say this child left, this family left. They say they're a dropout. So we have a high dropout rate. But if you took the time to follow the child, guess what? He went to a different school and graduated and went to college and graduated. They don't want to tell that story. That's why they only want to keep testing our black children at the worst times. You don't test them when they come back and they've had fun all summer. You wait till they've been there for a while and then you test them. And then you will have a better test score because they did in 1999. Detroit, and I know Malcolm X Academy in particular, passed all the state tests over and beyond.
Come on, teach us now.
And then they brought these people called the Skillman Foundation. Let's see what you guys are doing. Why are these kids passing the test? Because we taught. That's why.
You talked.
We taught. We didn't test. We taught. And the kids learned. And we made sure that they emphatically that this is what you need to do to be successful. We didn't tell them you had to be a doctor or a lawyer. We said you had to be successful, whatever it looks like to you. And the only way you could do that if you learn how to do your numbers, that's math. Because when you grow up, you do a contract, you enter into these things. You have to know what percentage they're going to pay you. You have to know what taxes you're going to owe. We taught that. Yes, we did. We taught financial literacy. Now they don't want you to teach that. So the children that they keep reporting are dropouts and failures are low. Most of them, their parents, they're hopscotching. I don't like this school. I don't like that school. I really wanted my kid in Cass. And by the time they become an 11th grader, they can now go to Cass Tech. And then they graduate. But the school that they left would be Denby. Denby says they're a dropout. That's so wrong. The process is wrong. And as in Teachers Union, we've asked for them to change it. And of course, your people won't. Again, people are humans and it's issue based. And the common question in the street is, what you going to do for me? That's the thing. And we have to tell them what we're going to do for them. But they also have to participate. You can't take a handout. You got to work for it too.
Mr. Leo Bazile?
Yes,
when you were going to the meetings with the Black Panthers and Huey Newton and Bobby Seale, what was the attraction at the meetings, please?
Well, the thing of political education was important. And that's what people don't get in school.
By
Nobody
design.
teaches them who Michelle mentioned the city clerk. Nobody knows what the city clerk does because nobody teaches them. Same thing with the DA. Well, in the Panther situation, the DA and the police chief was something that was passionate for the people, so we had to explain how you get to be a police chief or how you get to be a DA. And it turns out local elections, the ones that they don't participate in because, like she said, they go to the presidential or the governor race and think that's the only thing they have to vote for. That's the intense voters. But the non-voters whatsoever, unless you've got somebody that's black and young and, like you said, coming to the beauty parlors and the barber shop and firing them up, they ain't going to come out either.
Okay.
That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. But we have to meet the people where they are. And that's what I do. I knock on doors. I go talk to people. I'm not really scared of anybody. Just don't. If you don't want me to talk to you, just say goodbye, go away. You don't have to pull a gun out. I'm sorry. That's where we are in this city. The people have to have respect when you talk to them. Don't talk down to them. They'll catch up. They'll understand, and when they don't, usually they ask you because they're not embarrassed because they don't know, but they want to know, and we can't keep dismissing them. And that's why I believe in my community, the people kind of show love or respect or favoritism or whatever you want to call it, because I talk to them like they're my brother, my sister. I don't talk to them like they're my students.
Okay.
And if they don't ask, they won't know. And I tell them you have to ask. There's no question that is what people used to say, a stupid question. No, you have to ask, because if you're asking, that means you're not sure, and you need to be shored up.
Okay. We got to see if we can get this other line in. Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? Okay. Let's see if we can get Leo back. Caller, Leo, are you there? Leo, are you there? Okay. Leo, Michelle, we're going to move on without the phones.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. And for those of you who are watching, hello. Thank you for trying to call in. Technical difficulties is always computers. But we have to spin the information, like you said, propaganda, in a positive light. We have to call our babies the word that they like, scholars. Scholars. You're beautiful and you're a scholar. You're a genius. They might not understand you come from kings and queens, because I know I'm a queen.
Yes,
I come from royalty.
Yes,
they might not understand that, but they do understand when you smile. A simple smile will make them feel better. We have to turn this around, because there are too many angry people. Don't know what they're angry about, but they're not trying to hear, I need to go vote at the polls. So as we turn the conversation and do our propaganda, that it used to be, I am my brother's keeper. It used to be, I'm black and I'm proud.
Yes.
We got to get back to that. And by the way, March is Women's Month, and I'm only concerned about people who look like me. So my black sisters, more power to you. More power to you. Let's shine. Let's shine.
Well,
Yes.
if you're saying to the sisters, and caller, you there? Caller, you there?
We
Okay.
have power.
This-
We need to use it
Okay.
to nurture the entire community. Yes, nurture your children, nurture my children, all the young adults, because they are suffering. I mean, we came out of a pandemic, and they need to know that we are still here, that we care, and they have a mission in life. We don't know what it is, but it's something. It's mighty, it's big, it's strong, and we're going to make a difference. And guess what? The world knows about it. That's why they're trying not to educate us.
Well,
They don't want to see us succeed.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was so beautiful, so wonderful, had my heart feeling proud as I watched our Vice President Harris up on that podium.
Exactly.
Tell us about that look.
The look is beautiful and positive. It makes my young sisters understand that that's where they can be. Same thing for the Supreme Court. It should have been me. I should have been the first Supreme Court black female justice. But okay, sister, I'll bow down to you. But our youth, the people that are coming behind us, that need to continue this story, this is what I'm talking about. We have to love us, appreciate us. February is over, but it's not over. It's 365 days a year, 24 hours every day, that we need to celebrate us, celebrate our people, and encourage. We don't want to be like the crabs in the barrel. That's what the other folks do. Some get out, some don't. All of us need to get out and be positive and bring the resources back to our community. We all want to live in a beautiful community with harmony, and we have our other special people, but embrace them too, because it takes all of us to be successful.
Well, I'll tell you this, our telephone line's been jumping off the hook, but I want to say this to the family. I'm sorry that we can't get in to you, can't bring you to us today, but we'll be back next week. Remember, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 11, and as you're going through, oh, I know what I want to tell you. Fake friends. Mr. R.J. Watkins has this program, Fake Friends, that is on the air also on a Wednesday night. It comes on from 6 to 8. And if you want to see the owner of the station, himself by name. However, you ought to watch the character that he portrays on Fake Friends. And I also want you to see how the owner of the station go through the process of making potentially you a star, the way that he is making his lead person on Fake Friends, LaWanda. LaWanda is the star, and he is grooming her, and he's putting her out there, and he can do that for you. So if you get an opportunity, 6 p.m. Detroit time, tune in to Fake Friends from 6 to 8. Great program, great cast, and watch the owner show you how he'll tell you. Now, I'm going to give you the answers, but it's not me. This is the character. This is not me. And you say, he can do that? Check it out. Fake Friends from 6 to 8 on Wednesday nights. And again, that morning on a Wednesday from 10 until 11, you have Talk Beat Jones. And we go through every week different situations, different scenarios. We'll have different people coming in. We'll have the phone situated. When I have our partner, you see, I can just sit back and let her take over because it is the process. She is in the political arena, and she is with, who are you with?
The Honorable, your Councilwoman at Large, Mary Waters.
Mm-hmm. And did she have okay. I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about City Council person Mary Waters, and Waters runs deep another time, okay? But right now, Michelle, would you be able to tell the family your goodbyes, please?
Have a good day, a good week, stay safe, and hope to see you soon.
Talk Beat Jones, Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11. We love you. Of course, tell your friends and share this. Bye now. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones.